Hey Rhody, I'm Elise Major.
And I'm Jenna Kaplan, and this is Hey Rhody Weekly, where we bring the pages of our magazines to life.
The Providence love train is still rolling, and this time we're talking about breweries and distilleries.
Elise dishes on a dining experience in Richmond.
And Jenna dishes on a dining and eating experience in Newport.
All this and more coming up, so stay tuned.
So in the September issue of Providence Monthly, we group all these different categories together where it's like places to eat, places to drink, places to, I don't know, take photos and Instagram. And one of the places we talk about is where to get cocktails and coffee and beer and all that kind of stuff. This one's going to tell us about distilleries and such.
Yeah, so I know in the magazine on the list there is Narragansett Brewery, and that is honestly, when I first moved to Providence, that was like my favorite spot to go to. Yeah, because the inside, it's like big. They have like the big wraparound bar, so there's always somewhere to sit. You can kind of do work there. You can connect to the Wi-Fi, which is nice. They also hold adoption events.
Oh, for little pets?
For little doggies.
Aww.
So I had to stay away from the dogs, but it was like nice to do that, and you can bring your dog there.
Wow.
So that's a great brewery.
Yeah, I mean, Narragansett Brewery, they also have like the nicest people who work there.
Yes.
We've held a couple of events there for our Who to Watch parties. They're great to work with. Like you said, you can bring your dog. I actually brought my dog to one of our events, and I, along with it, brought my camper and then parked that outside so he could have some place to hide while we were having the event.
Yes.
It was a lot of fun, and they have the indoor and the outdoor, and they have big opening doors kind of along one side along the water.
And the fire pits.
Yeah, great fire pits, great views.
Great.
I mean, it's an awesome brewery. It's a great place to go.
And also, you guys have been to ISCO.
Yes, so the Industrious Spirit Company is also, it's by Farm Fresh.
Yeah, right across the street next to the steel yard as well.
It's a very cool spot. Like the outside, very industrial, but the cocktails, amazing.
I haven't been there for their cocktails, but I have been to Sardo for their cocktails, where they've had like special pop-ups and stuff, and they've been amazing.
Ain't nothing like a cocktail, let me tell you that.
I know, we have a whole list in the magazine of like some of the places. In fact, we were going back and forth, like, have you been here? Have you been here? Have you been here?
Yeah.
So I think between the three of us, maybe we've covered them all.
Yeah, we've also had one of the owner from Industrious Spirits Company on the podcast as well. We did like a whole hour-long podcast with her probably about 1.5 to 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But you can find that on our podcast channel. And they, in the last couple of years, started putting out whiskeys, which, you know me, I love good whiskey. And their spirits are actually like fantastic. They're all really, really good.
Spirits? Sorry, that was from a cartoon.
No, they're all good. They're like, even the ones that I wouldn't typically drink straight or up, like the vodka or the gin. They have like a botanical gin. Like I'll actually have those just neat, or maybe with a little bit of ice.
Okay.
And it's drinkable. They're good.
Neat is when it's like no ice, right?
Neat is no ice.
No ice.
Neat or up would be no ice. So yeah, working those into a cocktail is perfect. I mean, they're great on their own, and then you just add a little something, zhuzh it up a bit with a cocktail. Can't go wrong.
You know what I love? I love a cocktail that's got like muddled stuff, like strawberries and basil.
So you like a mojito.
I guess so.
I'm like, don't worry, let me tell you what you like.
I know. Just order for me and I'll drink it.
But yeah, besides, those two spots, there's so many like microbreweries also sprinkled throughout Providence.
They're sprouting like mushrooms. The breweries, they're popping up everywhere.
Oh, I get it.
So the other week, we all went to Newport as a group, super fun, and a bunch of us continued on to Wally's Wieners.
We sure did.
Yeah, it was a pretty crazy experience. We got loaded up with food. We got loaded up with drinks. We got to check out the really viral giant cocktails that are shareable.
When they bring you this ginormous drink, are there straws? Are you all just going like slurp?
I was slurping out of it as well as a straw.
Yeah, I think that might be up to each person's individual preferences.
Yeah.
I think they would prefer that you were with a few people and all drinking it. I don't think they're going to serve it to just you sitting
Or like
alone at the
bobbing for
bar
apples.
at noon. But it was something that we did, and we went to shoot for the blog.
If you like hot dogs, stay tuned. You're gonna want to see this.
We're upstairs at Wally's Wieners, right on Thames Street in Newport. They have kind of two separate areas. Downstairs is like your traditional wiener place, but it also has a bar. They have all kinds of great food. We're going to be trying a lot of it today. They went viral recently for cocktails.
Also,
oh yeah, we're merched out.
merch.
We're merched out. We're ready to go. So we have 2 espresso martinis.
Obviously, these are espresso martinis.
They're just, well, I mean, they could have been flavored.
What do you
Could
think
have
of
been like a
this
flavored
sangria?
espresso martini. I will push you right out of this frame. But I get salty caramel on top of this one, and I already forgot what he said. Dehydrated
Dehydrated raspberries.
Hey, look at us. We're great at this. Ooh. Speaking of loving espresso martinis, look at this frickin' thing coming in.
That's a zaddy.
Giant cocktail that they went viral for. Oh my goodness. Bye.
The table.
All right, did you try that yet?
Yeah, it's really good.
That's awesome.
How's yours?
It's really good. I love espresso martinis so much.
So Elise, I heard that you recently had quite the dining experience.
Why, yes, I did. So I went to the Hobbit House at the Preserve, which is such like an Instagrammable place. It's really a unique dining experience. I'm not going to say it's cheap because it's not, but it's something that's very, very different. So what they've done at the Preserve is they've built these little Hobbit houses into hills. I think there might be 3 of them now that serve dinner.
Oh, there's more than one?
Yeah, and during my last visit, they were actually, I believe, building a place where you can stay.
I have a few friends who have done multiple events at the Hobbit House. And before I knew anybody that went there, I just saw pictures of it.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm a Lord of the Rings fan. So like they recreated like that style really, really well. It's essentially just looks like it's a round like door or opening that's built into a hill, grass-covered hill. And throughout each different season, they'll kind of decorate the outsides differently. The inside will be different. And you plan your visit like according to what you want to do. So like they'll have like a whiskey tasting experience, or they'll have like a prefix menu for a steak dinner. One of my friends did their part of their bachelor party there.
Oh, cool.
So there's you kind of know what you're getting into, and you do have to book it in advance. It's not just like a walk-in style of restaurant. It's like a special event space. And from everything I've heard, the food is fantastic.
Oh, it's amazing.
If you just saw a picture of the place, you'd be like, oh, I want to go check that out. It's like,
And make it
looks
even more
magical.
special, stay there, like stay at the Preserve, because there is a big hotel on the hill over the Hobbit houses. That's actually where the bathrooms are. And you could stay there, and it's wonderful. So, that makes it even nice. You don't have the ride home from Richmond if you're not living in that part of the state.
So you can hop on the Preserve's website, see what they have coming up, see what kind of places you can book, and maybe pick your event coming up.
I'm like, yeah, I've been there as well.
Looking for a wiener with a twist?
I have never met a hot dog I didn't like, let me tell you that.
I relish hearing all about it. Speaking of mushrooms, Elise went to a Hobbit House dinner. Hey, Elise, I guess you had a special dinner. The FCC is going to come at you.
Oh, we're falling apart.
So, end scene.